Well, David Brockway, and I joined InEight officially. I think it was only about a year ago, a little bit more. But I've been working with them through Kiewit for 5 or 6 years, and before that was with a another Kiewit construction company. I started out as a laborer on a residential housing job site, and proceeded to work myself out of a job. And that is, I got everything cleaned up. There was nothing left to do, so I got laid off. But then got picked up by a subcontractor that was putting siding up, and so I wound up doing that for a number of years. Actually, just summers between college semesters, and it was enjoyable. I like working outdoors. I like building things, working with tools, and so on. Um, After that, I got an engineering degree and worked in engineering for a little bit, but then wound up with an opportunity with a construction company, um, and doing various tasks, cost estimating and field engineering, and a variety of other roles with them. But that turned into the bulk of my career, is working with this heavy industrial construction company. It's very rewarding work. I think growing up, I always liked figuring out how things work, tinkering with things, and so on. So it was kind of a natural to follow that into mechanical engineering. And then I think from there, it was the actual, like, constructing and building things that really piqued my interest more than, trying to do design and whatnot with engineering. There's two things. The first thing is working with the team that we've got. It's really a joy working with a small team, very diverse group of people. Everybody's got a role to play, and they all do very well in doing their own role as well as working together as a team. So that's really rewarding, actually, having some great people to work with. The other thing is solving a problem that I've dealt with in my construction career for decades. The applications are just getting um, they're solving more and more problems. You can focus on the work instead of the record keeping and the tasks. So I think that makes the construction industry just so much more effective and efficient of keeping track of information, using it properly, without so much manual record keeping. Well, I think one of the things that I've always felt great about with a career in construction is being a part of getting things built. Um, in that case, physically built, physical construction. Every week you see progress on whatever project you're working on. And that could be great things like hospitals and schools as well as homes. Any type of building, you feel some pride in seeing that on its way to completion. And I think that there's a lot of people in the construction industry that are really passionate about that, passionate about getting things built properly, correctly, efficiently. I think it's an industry that, there's always going to be work. It's People talk about certain careers that might be become obsolete from AI and other computer applications, or robotics taking over. I think that's a long, long ways down the road in the construction industry. So it's um, it's an industry that you can find so many different roles in that suits your desires and your passions, and there's always going to be work available. And I think that's a big deal.